Okay, so the first question I'd like to ask you, have you ever been through any financial trauma? What happened?
Mhm.
And did you ever get over it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been through quite a number of financial trauma and financial losses, um, but the thing. So I mean, I'll give you maybe like two of them. Um, the first one was we had to invest with a friend. We had to invest in. I mean, we just felt we wanted to make a change in the movie industry in Nigeria
Mm.
many years ago, and so we had to. I had to be part of a group that wanted to invest in the Nollywood. So we got some guy in the Nollywood industry who is, one of the best producers. We didn't quite understand the difference between a creative and a business person, right? And so that was many, I can't remember what year again. Maybe this was 2011 or something. And then, so he told us, oh, we need like 25 million to make a movie. And so we dropped 25 million naira to to do a movie. And then this guy, no, I think the movie was even short. So he was supposed to do marketing and stuff, but he wasn't a businessman. So the next thing he did was he decided to go and do a premiere in London, all right?
Mm.
And so he was literally flying actors and actresses from Nigeria to London. And so there were some of those actresses who I know by their own money couldn't fly business class. They dictated to this our man that they don't fly economy. And so he upgraded them on the money we dropped to business class. By the time premiere, and then there was no plan to make money from the premiere, right? By the time London premiere was done, money was gone, right? And so, what do we need to do? I mean, we need to recoup our money. We need to find a way to get into Nigerian. The guy didn't even understand the ecosystem of his industry, And then, so I said, okay, let's move around. I mean, I had access to some first ladies in Lagos State way back, so I said, okay, I'll move this needle, and then let's see. And so the movie was quite good. I mean, we did private screening, and so they dropped some money again, and the money went like that. Right. And so it was later, I had to get close to one of his team members, and the lady now started downloading how money spent, how, I mean, money was gone. Right. And I was broken. I mean, because
Mm.
that was a lot of money then. And my friend, who was the chief investor, I was really, really sad to say we could have used this money for. But I learned something from him that period that has kind of helped me. He just looked at me and said, Paris, yeah, we've lost this money, but think about this. Let's assume that we all went to Harvard to go and take a course, right? We will pay school fees, right? I said yes. He said, so let's assume that we pay school fees, right? And this is our school fees. It's a high cost to pay, but we've learned how not to do it, right? And then we started laughing about it. His attitude to failure kind of shaped my attitude to financial
Mm.
losses from that moment, because I was like, wait a minute. I mean, I knew I'd done my neuro linguistic programming. I knew the power of meaning, because one of the presuppositions of neuro linguistic programming is that nothing means anything except the meaning we attach to it. So it
Mm.
means our meaning, a lot of things that is happening to us, it's not what is happening that hurts us, it's the interpretation we've given to it that is hurting us. Right. And so I knew that from a theoretical point of view, but this was the guy who had not done NLP, you know, practically showing me that this is how to handle failures. Right. And so from that moment, I mean, if I ran into any financial loss, I just say, okay, you know what? I paid school fees, right? But then I had to tell him, I said, you know what? But then we should be careful and do due diligence next time so that we don't keep paying unnecessary school fees and stuff. And so that really shaped me to say it's not enough for someone to come to say, oh, I've spent X, Y, Z of number of years in an industry, right? Does he understand the business of the industry? Because a lot of people are talented, but they don't understand the business of the talent. And so they say all the good things. Oh, this is the way the movie is going to. Has he run any numbers? We didn't even ask. We just were dependent on his reputation. He's been in industry, he's one of the most credible, right? So I realized that good people are sometimes not good enough.